Hello, welcome once again to Women Speakers Association's WSA TV premiere show. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer, and I love this show. We always bring you women of influence and impact who are making and inspiring global transformation, and today is no exception. As you see, our topic for today is elevating your value as a woman, as a leader. We have our experts here today that I want to jump right in and introduce you to because they have some incredible advice to share. So let's go over to Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Laura. Great to be here. I'm Deborah Reynolds. I'm located in Vancouver, the west coast of Canada, and I'm an international image expert and business consultant with 29 years in business. And I'm the author of 3 collaborative books, Wake Up, Live the Life You Love, Living in Clarity. This is this one. And Inspired Style, which is this one. And the recent Amazon bestseller, Silver Lining of Cancer.
Wonderful. Great to have you here, Deborah. Thanks so much. And we're going to go
you.
over to Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, I'm Wendy Darling. I live in Carlsbad, California. I'm the co-founder of GTD Consulting, which stands for Go the Distance, and the Miraculous Living Institute. This is my 38th year since I started my business working with organizations, executives, and their teams to get the results they want, and also individuals
And where can we find you online?
Wendy at wendydarling.com.
Wonderful. Great to have you. Thank you so much. And Shalonda. Hi, Shalonda.
Hi, I'm Shalanda Wilder. I'm an executive career coach and time management specialist out of San Diego and the author of 5 goal setting steps and sticking to them. You can find me online at tookswilderguidance.com.
Wonderful. Great to have you here. And Michelle, hi.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I'm Michelle Lee, and my company is Athena Rising Now. I'm a women's empowerment coach and author of Women from Profit to Power, your guide to reclaiming your worth. And you can find me online at athenarisingnow.com.
Wonderful. Oh, gosh, you women are so inspiring to me, and we have an incredible topic that's really important, women elevating their value. So I thought we'd go around and ask each of you, what can women do? What advice do you have for our viewers about elevating our value? Deborah.
I think it's very important for women to have a voice and to be visible. This is about contributing real value when you're visible, giving. So everything we acquire in life is with and through other people, and we never do it alone. And the perception is we do it alone, but as we strive and excel at anything, it's because of the support and contribution of other people. Expressing deep gratitude, being intentional about becoming a person of great character with great contribution. So we all have gifts and talents, but they need to be expressed, and it needs to be done with character and integrity.
Nice. Yes. Bringing out that character and integrity, and you do that in your work. And I know making a first impression is an important part of that, a good first impression. Would you agree?
It is. It's important to create a good first impression, but it is essential to create a great lasting impression. That is much more important, and we forget that. It is about leaving a legacy.
And that's what you were alluding to when you talked about your character and integrity. That's
Absolutely.
what creates the lasting impression. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Wendy, why don't you share with us a little bit about what advice you have for elevating one's value?
To add to what Deborah was just talking about, it's really critical to know what you're good at, what your gifts are, and to feel very proud of what they might be, and then take it a step further to look at what I call are your big, bold benefits that you and only you can offer. And if you're not sure what that is, people in your life will be able to share that with you. And just as Deborah mentioned, we are not here to walk this earth by ourselves. Let people know what you're interested in, what you're wanting, what you're needing, because this is a time for you to step up and step out. And we're all here to support each other in doing that.
Beautiful. Really well said and really inspiring to remember that we each have worth and we don't have to do it alone, and that other people can point to our value too, especially if we let them know we have something to say, we have an opinion. It's really, really important. So Shalonda, I'd like to go over to you and ask you about your advice for women. How can we elevate our value?
First and foremost, we need to respect our time. A lot of people get caught up in social media. Things like we're doing right now, it's okay to be on social media because we're inputting into each other's lives. However, it's very important to respect your time and to have people in your life that respect your time, because when they respect your time, they also recognize your worth.
They sure do. Wow. You don't really think about your time when you think about, oh, how to elevate my value. But if you're respecting your own time, like you said, other people will. That's how to be seen as more valuable and to respect yourself as more valuable. It's brilliant. And then I wanted to go over to Michelle and ask you what advice you have from your expertise for women to really elevate their value. And before you answer that, I want to give a shout out to Taryn Lee, who's here, and Melissa Ann. They're cheering us on too. Thank you for this. They say truth and unity is here, and Taryn Lee is here from South Africa. So we really have a global audience of women who are elevating their value. So Michelle, what advice do you have?
Well, I love what everyone has said so far today. And what I want to add to that is for women to really elevate their value, they must get clear on the impact that you have, right? So, really understanding, and I take my clients through doing this in Googling what it means to your prospective client to not work with you. So, you can actually do the research on this. Say, if you're a health coach, right? I mean, look into how much money people spend on medical bills every year when they're not taking care of their health and what that's going to cost them. And then, even beyond that, the impact ripples out in so many ways. If you're spending money on medical bills, what are you taking away from your family? What vacations are you not having? What kind of experiences do you not get to have because you are focusing on survival mode rather than thriving mode? So go into Google, look at what it costs for your potential clients to not work with you, how that affects their relationships, their significant relationship, how it affects their children, and how that will ripple down in generations to come on what your children may have missed out on because you were in survival mode instead of being in proactive mode. And when you really get down to that, you will literally have your potential clients begging to work with you when you can put in front of them just how much it costs for them to not work with you. So that's a powerful way to elevate your value, first in your own mind and increase your confidence, and then be able to communicate that to your potential clients.
Wow. I think we just wrote like a mini book on how to elevate your value here today in this interview because, when you value your time, like Shalonda says, when you know the value of the work that, your clients, it would cost you, like Michelle said, when you know what you're good at, like Wendy said, and you value that, and then you value your character and integrity, you have just raised the bar in your whole life and the value you offer to other people because you're aware of it now consciously and you're able to now articulate it, especially if you've done that research like Michelle, you recommended, and you've really taken the time to think through, like Wendy recommended, and Deborah, to do that. And then you're saying, hey, my time is worth something. And so your value goes up, will probably go up in your mind for sure, and then in everybody else around you. It's kind of that ripple effect. So thank you everyone for this wisdom today. I want to learn a little bit more about each of you and your areas of expertise, and we can share that with everybody watching today. So Deborah, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you work with and what you do with them?
Thanks, Flora. What lights me up is working with high-end entrepreneurs, corporate women, and people who want to really scale up and contribute in a really big way. I love speaking and training. It's my first love. My maximum impact seminars help people really shift their perspective and get some really phenomenal results. My focus is to get my clients noticed, known, and remembered for all the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. And my mission is to help people to really create that great lasting impression, to create their expert status, and to finally reach their prosperity potential, because we really sell ourselves short at times. So I always strive to exceed my clients' expectations, and that's where I want my clients to go to as well.
Great. So can you share with us a story of how you helped a client?
Absolutely. One of my clients, oh, I just love her, Susan, was a VP of a company. She'd been working with a coach for about a year who was very well experienced, but he didn't recognize her potential. He actually brought me on to physically groom her. However, after assessing her strengths and her contributions to the company, I said, have you ever thought of being a CEO? And it had never crossed your mind. And I said, you got 24 hours to think about it. So at the end result was we groomed her to be a CEO of another company. She ended up doubling her salary and her benefits, and that was an increase of well over 6 figures for her. She left her husband. She found the love of her life. She bought $1 million property. And then through that, she lost over 100 pounds of weight. And when she was in the new company, what we did was we discussed a lot of her competitors. And I made the suggestion for her to merge with a large national brand, which moved the company from a regional brand to a national brand, which was highly successful for her. So those are some of the things that I do for my clients.
Brilliant. And we're getting some comments here that says this show is epic, and what you just did for that client was epic. It's awesome. Thank you. So Wendy, I'd love to learn a little bit more about the work you do. Who do you work with and what do you do with them?
Yeah, I have 3 primary streams of my business. For many, many years, I've been working with organizations to get the results they want. I work with executives and their teams. I take people from their IQ to their EQ to their RQ, because in today's world, we're very tech savvy in many ways, but we're not really good at communication and strengthening relationships. And so I'm really good at helping identifying the cogs in the wheel, and let's get people more engaged, and productivity increases as well as profits. And then I also have a beautiful transformational system that finds anything interfering, getting in the way. So I help small business owners, for example, increase their revenue. I also have helped people attract love, release weight, just a variety of things. And I now certify coaches and practitioners in my system so that they and their clients can get easier and faster results.
Awesome. Wonderful. Give us a story. Tell us about a client you help.
Well, one just recently, I have a process that I call raising your financial set point. And there was somebody I recently worked with. It's just a session. And we raised their financial set point from about 200,000 to 1 million. And we also repurposed their offer going from 40,000 to, I think it was 150,000. So what? Almost 2.5 times what they were currently offering. Within a week, somebody just kind of showed up and they were able to make that offer.
Wow. Epic. Another epic results. And, being able to help people transform, like you said, you don't have to do it alone. So get the support that really elevates your value here. So Shalonda, speaking of that and valuing our time, tell us a little bit more about who do you work with and what do you love doing with them?
I work with military members, military spouses, and as well as employees who want to elevate their careers. And what I do is I seek to give people the tools they need for an effective job search. And I show them how to use their time wisely to manage a strategic job search. So we work with time management and goal setting in their job search so that they can fulfill their career dreams and as well as personal goals. Because I found that when I was working in therapy, I found that personal goals and career happiness were very closely intertwined. So being a career coach, it allows me to do what I say call coaching the whole person. So I get to coach people on personal issues and intertwine that with their career dreams.
Wow. And how did you get started in this?
Well, I am a military brat and a military spouse. So military is all I know. And I decided once I came out of school working on family therapy that I wanted to help people a little bit more. And I know transitions all too well. I'm going through it now. Before the show, I have friends that have moved away, so no one was able to pick my daughter up for me. And that's something where I had to tap into my time management skills and figure out how can I pick her up and be on this show. And this is just what happens when you're in the military. Things happen, friends move away, babysitters move away, and you have to learn how to manage your time and set your goals appropriately so you're not too stressed out, but it's still stressful. And my aim is to teach people how to manage their time. Saying I don't have time is a no-no in my book. And I just show people you can carve out 5 to 10 minutes a day. Next thing you know, you've worked on a personal goal or your career goal for an hour for that week. And you can get a lot done in that time, believe it or not.
It sure is amazing. And we made it work. You obviously knew the timing and we made it work so you could be on the show today. So you're walking your talk. Thank you so much. All right. And Michelle, let's hear a little bit more about what you do, who you do it for, what are you passionate about?
Well, I work with visionary, ambitious women who want to bust through their income ceiling. I've been working with women for over 20 years now, and I've found that my superpower is helping them annihilate the imposter syndrome by releasing and healing unconscious shame and guilt, which is the foundation for self-doubt, which no matter what level you're at in your business and your company can be that lingering fear of being found out. And so that's what I help women break through by releasing that shame and guilt, which skyrockets your confidence and opens you up to make more money.
Beautiful. So to give us a story of how you helped someone do that.
Oh, I love this part. Well, I have two clients. It's hard for me to decide which story to tell, but they both started working with me in November. Neither one of them knew what business they wanted to do. They knew that they wanted to get out of the work that they were doing currently that was unfulfilling, and they knew it wasn't their soul's purpose. And within 2 months of working with me, Miriam started her own business and immediately started making money. And she's just been working with me since November. And she sent me a video and shared with me how wonderful she feels that she can now support her husband. He's experiencing a financial downturn. And through working with me and accessing her soul's work that she is here to do and building her confidence and really showing up as a healer, she can now support him. And Rebecca is another one. She had no idea in November what she wanted to do. She is now removed herself from her bookkeeping business and has already had her first $10,000 month in her brand new business that she started in January.
Wow, incredible results, inspiring, and you're definitely doing what this show, today's topic was all about, helping women elevate their value, both how they feel about themselves and their confidence and the value they get like monetarily in their lives. So what a great show, women. And this is what we do here at Women Speakers Association. We get the message out. We give you the supportive advice and tools and resources. So I want to know from each of you, what has Women Speakers Association already done for you? Let's go over to Deborah.
The Women Speakers Association is a terrific platform for networking and collaborating with like-minded professionals. I think it's really important that if we're putting on events, it works so much better for the public if we can, like this particular platform, have an opportunity for the audience to hear from a number of speakers. So because we're all professionals at what we do, we're experts at what we do, we can contribute with like-minded professionals in that platform setting.
Yes, and you can share resources and all that too. Wonderful. All right, and Wendy, what are you already getting value from Women Speakers Association?
Well, I'm a relatively new member, and I love just recently that we hosted, Gail Watson, the founder of the organization, was here locally, and I was able to host in my home a gathering. So first of all, I got to meet so many people right away. And then I was on a new members call, and the way that people in the organization hold your hand to get more involved is really wonderful right from the very start. And even though I've been speaking for many, many years, this is giving me an opportunity to learn more what's out there, what other people are doing, and we can help each other. I love collaborating. So in that sense, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this will all unfold.
Wonderful. And you know, we don't throw that word collaboration around lightly here at Women Speakers Association. And I think that's what you were pointing to with the hand holding and the ability to connect so deeply with people. So it's not just a buzzword we use, it's a philosophy and a foundation for the organization. So thanks for pointing that out. And Shalonda, what is the value you get from Women Speakers Association?
Well, like Deborah said, the collaboration, the Women Speakers Association allows for a lot of collaboration. And I also joined for the networking opportunities. And one thing that I mentioned to Gail was that I had been looking for someone to collaborate on a book with. And it just so happened Women Speakers Association is allowing me to do a book collaboration with a lot of expert women. And so that's very exciting to me, is to see one of my goals coming into fruition. So Women Speakers Association has opened up the doors of opportunity for me to collaborate with other experts and to also do networking. Just like Wendy said, out here, there was the meetup. And so we get to meet each other in person, not just online.
Yeah, it's great. And I'm so glad you brought up the publishing arm of WSA Publishing, because if you have a book and if you have a message in you, we have a whole process for either having you be a part of a collaborative book, having your own collaborative book, or creating your own work of your master work, your own book. So we have a publishing arm here at wsapublishing.com. Thanks for pointing that out. And thanks for being a part of it. Can't wait to read your story in the next book. And Michelle, tell us, what is the value that Women Speakers Association already brings to you?
Well, I'm a brand new member, and the value already is being on this show with such incredible women. I am so impressed with each and every one of you, and so excited just to be in the company of all of you. And already the training I have received in how to be a speaker and grow my speaking business. You know, there's just a wealth of information. I'm really looking at my calendar and balancing my time to be able to take advantage of everything WCA offers, WSA.
Yes. And so if you want to do what Michelle and Wendy and Shalonda and Deborah are doing and get that visibility, collaborate with women, get published and or network and get some valuable training, any one of the above is highly worth it. Just go to joinwsa.com. That's on the screen here now. Joinwsa.com. You can download our speaker success plan if you would like to see a little bit of the quality of the training, and then feel free to do what each of the women here have done, is upgrade to the premier membership. And that's where you really get the exposure, the visibility, the collaboration, the camaraderie, the sisterhood that we have. We'll also have a private Facebook group for you. All of that information again is at joinwsa.com. And women, you rock today. I loved talking about with you and hearing all your expertise and your suggestions and advice on how to elevate our value. So we'll be back next week with another episode of the premiere show here at WSA TV. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.